Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa lahat ng nakikinig po.
Hello to all our viewers from here and around the world.
Napakaganda na ating talentaman ngayong hapon ito.
Isang mainit na pagbati po sa inyong lahat.
Well, friends,
welcome to the Bridges Show. I'm very happy to be here, and I think it should be a really interesting and fun topic.
But there are things you want to learn. So I wanna take it from there and then I listen to them.
meron sila mga mithiin upang maging makabuluhan pa ang pagiging Katoliko. Lalong-lalo na sa susunod na henerasyon.
Sa akin po, sa mga kabataan, use competence as a basis.
In real life, hindi naman talaga tayo tumitigil sa buhay. Kailangan talaga tuloy lang ang buhay kahit anong challenges natin.
Palawan, Cebu, Baguio City, Attorney Dwight, pati La Union. So we are saying that revenge travel is real.
Mas kailangan natin na i-share ang hiwaga ng sining sa mga tao.
Food and health should go hand in hand. So yan ang gusto namin paratingin sa gobyerno.
If you will just devote your life teaching, hindi ka yayaman sa pera, pero yayaman ka sa tao.
Siyempre, ang pinakamaganda po naman sa ating universidad ay yung talagang natuturuan po tayo kung paano maging mabuting tao.
Happy anniversary to Bridges! Here at Bridges, we build bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love.
When the heart calls, we simply can't say no most of the time. Its call becomes our mission in life wherever we are and whatever we do. Today, we have two lady guests who responded to the call of their hearts and live their life in the spirit of their calling in two different ways. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I am your host for today, Claude Despabiladeras, an alumnus of the College of Education, and with me is Miss Evangeline Timbang.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning sa ating lahat, especially sa ating mga nanonood from all corners of the world. Of course, at your service, sa inyong lingkod, Dr. Evangeline Timbang po ito mula sa College of Education. I am the PRO of the College of Education Alumni Foundation Incorporated. Good afternoon, Claude. Ayan, nakita. Kanina nawawala ka.
Gusto ko lang manakot, parang mumu. Yeah. So, Ma'am Vanji, I'm very happy to co-host this because you are my co-host. Napapanood ko kayo in past episodes and I always have this regard for you and we couldn't host together sa mga past events live but at least we get to do it here, right?
Yes.
And today's episode of Bridges is brought to you by the UST College of Education Alumni Foundation Incorporated and the UST Alumni Association Incorporated. And friends, before we proceed, please like and share our Facebook page and subscribe to our Thomasian Alumni Community or TAC YouTube channel.
Interesting. So it's summertime already. Ang tawag natin sa university campus ay special term. Ayan. Special term. That means kung nung araw, ang tawag natin ay summer break. Special term na siya ngayon. At this point, tahimik ang campus. Maraming nakabakasyon ng mga bata at teachers. But soon we'll start our special term for classes offered only for almost a month. Ganun kabilis ang special term natin sa campus. Hindi naman summer na mainit Summer na maulan.
Yes.
Hindi ba? Just ko imagine kahapon may bahanga at exciting pag may tubig sa kapaligiran parang nung araw. But not much compared in the years before. So yan ang ating summer break or special term break sa ating kapaligiran, especially sa ating campus.
Alam niyo,
okay.
Ma'am Vanji, ramdam na ramdam ko nga ang summertime sa UST because within the last two weeks or so, may mga pictures nagsusulputan sa social media on Facebook kasi I have you and many other UST friends na post yung mga graduation pictures. So, seeing those pictures makes me wonder, ano kaya ang nasa isip ng mga graduates natin ngayon? Ano kaya ang tawag ng mga puso nila pagka-graduate nila? So, ang gandang pag-usapan yan, Dr. Vanji. Hindi po ba?
Yes. You know, things are different now because of the social media. Ang dali mong malaman kung ano nangyayari. And this is what we call the graduation month, no? Tama, I agree with you. Ano kaya mga iniisip ng mga kabataan ngayon, ng mga graduates natin, after receiving their graduation diploma? Ano kaya yung plano nila sa buhay nila? And that means tawag ng puso. Wow, the calling, no? When the heart calls for it to be such, yun na yun, di ba? Sabi nga, pag tumibok ang puso para sa misyon, mahirap alisin sa isip natin, di ba? Yan. At dahil dyan, napaka-exciting ating discussion ngayong hapon. At pag nagsimula ka na sa isang misyon, mahirap nang alisin yan sa buhay natin. Parang lifetime mission, right? It's the existence or purpose or reason for existing already. Agree, disagree, Claude?
I agree with you, ma'am. And you know, that applies, what you said applies to you, ma'am, because you are an educator. So may I ask you po, what was your heart's calling?
Oh my Lord. Claude, actually, I had my retirement in 2020, and I've been teaching for the last 42 and a half years. Siguro very obvious na yun na I stayed to be a teacher in the campus for 42 and a half years. So yun natatawag siguro calling. Kasi yung graduate ako, I'm more into food business eh. But then when UST called me, if I am interested to teach, oh my God, nawala ng lahat ng mga pangarap kasi ang lakas ng katok sa pinto. Literally speaking.
Ma'am, ramdam ko nga po yun sa inyo. I did not have that fortunate experience of being a student of yours. Pero nararamdaman ko sa personality ninyo na talagang mahal na mahal ninyo ang pagtuturo. Yes. And you know, true. To our viewers, we'll talk about that more deeply because we have two ladies who also have that calling for teaching. Yes. And they responded in two different ways. Yes. Both of them are graduates of the teacher training course at the UST College of Education. And friends, first we would like to introduce to you Miss Emma Rubivar Yeung. All right. Or
Miss Emma Rubivar Yeung. Ayan. She is a graduate of the Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education. Imagine ang major niya, my God, mathematics. Nag-major ng mathematics. And surprisingly, ano ba ang major niya? Religion. My God, how you now? You can just imagine blending mathematics with religion. Ang galing, no? And because of that, she had this opportunity to teach, actually, mathematics courses in the UST Faculty of Pharmacy. At the same time, meron din siyang teaching experience sa San Carlos Seminary and Our Lady of Guadalupe Seminary. So, yung seminary part, andun yung theology. At yung mathematics nandun sa pharmacy. Ang hirap yata i-blend nun kung di ka magaling, di ba? So, Ma'am Emma actually turned to become an entrepreneur dahil sa kanyang mathematics background, no? Entrepreneur to help her husband, Mr. Keng Huan Jerry Yeung, a Chinese doctor, in their business. Ano ba kung anong business nila? That very famous brand. Ano nga ba yung brand na yon? It's the Greenstone Pharmaceutical Hong Kong Incorporated, first registered in Hong Kong, but later transferred to the Philippines. And this is what you call the very famous in the country, Katinko products. Ayan. And she is the proprietor of Taka Trading Philippines, the exclusive distributor of Katinko. So doon na nagamit yung mathematics major niya. At the same time, yung kanyang theology, napapractice niya kasi nandyan yung business ethics, di ba? Ang galing talaga ng combination. And Ma'am Emma is also deeply involved in church activities as well because she's really what we call a true servant leader, as witnessed by all the officers and members of the College of Education Alumni Association when she was the very active, dynamic president. She's a philanthropist and a friend to everyone. She is recognized as a distinguished Thomasian alumna in 2018 by the UST Alumni Association Incorporated. What else can I say?
Yes.
So how about your guest?
Well,
Our next to be introduced,
our guest number one. Our guest number two is Miss Jamelia Villanueva. She is a dedicated
Yes.
educator. Her track record shows her passion for teaching and service to others. She is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, and Miss Jamelia, or Miss Melly, pursued her Master of Arts in Educational Administration at the University of the Philippines.
Wow.
And, you know, she's also taking up Child and Family Studies at Miriam College. And Miss Melly has occupied several administrative positions at Miriam College. And she was principal from 1982, the year I was born, up to 1999 at Miriam College. And she is currently the principal of Our Lady of Mercy School of Quezon City. We have more about her. She was a recipient of James Meany Award from the Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities, Women Power Award from the Rotary Club Quezon City, and the UST College of Education Tanglao Award of 2023. Miss Melly is a textbook writer and has traveled extensively around the world. So welcome to our guests, Miss Emma and Miss Melly. Hello.
And welcome to Bridges, Ma'am Yeung and Ma'am Villanueva.
Yes, thank you for inviting us.
Hello, Claude and Dr. Vanji. Mainit na pagbati sa lahat ng ating tagapanood. Saan man sila sa
Yes.
mundo. No?
Ayan.
Yes, thank you for inviting us
Yes.
to this very prestigious talk show of UST. And at the same time, I'd like to welcome all our participants, our listeners, our guests. I hope they will be able to get something from this afternoon sharing of experiences as an educator.
Well,
thank you very much.
Since you mentioned that, you know, first, may we request both of you to share some beautiful memories from your student days at UST. So what were your most cherished memories back then? So, Ma'am Emma?
Well, ako, I enjoyed yung teaching sa beside USC. There is this school, Ramon Magsaysay, because I volunteered as a catechist then. So it was a joy to do that, because we got to meet seminarians and students from other colleges, from engineering, ganon. So masaya kami doon, no? And also, because we were close, yung mga math majors, we were only very few. I enjoyed going to the houses of my classmates, pagka-birthdays, yung mga lakwatsa, alam mo na yon, no? Masaya yon. And also, during summer, nag-summer kasi ako, I had this subject, kasi my minor was, yung
You have your co-major theology.
My minor was speech and drama.
Speech and drama.
Yeah,
okay.
I had this subject in speech and drama where I was asked to produce a noontime show.
Wow!
Very,
oh my God!
Hindi ko na kayang gawin yun ngayon. No? So yun ang mga some of my cherished memories during my student days.
Thank you for sharing. How about you, Ma'am Melly?
Well, I think we had good professors in UST. We learned a lot from them. These professors help us to make a difference in our life as a person and as an individual and as a professional now. They help us really. They motivated us, they inspired us, especially our critic teacher in the grade school, Mrs. Kalayan, Miss Nehal. Really, they were so passionate in their work that I was able to internalize and imbibe their love for teaching, especially when they're giving 3 observations, all right? But I was so inspired because I was chosen as one of the 30 or 40 teachers who were sent to Clark Field during that time, because our practicum for students to really gave their best during their practice teaching in the grade school, that is in the normal school, were sent to Clarkfield, that is an international school. So I saw how the teachers are really giving their best, their love for students, their love for teaching, their creativity, their innovativeness. You know, all of this inspired me to become a very good teacher. I'm proud that I'm a very good teacher. They were the ones who really inspired me. And of course, I was the Legion of Mary, and the SVD priest helped me to become a very good catechist. I always say very good because very few were called to become a catechist. No, very few were called. Imagine I will go to Balara Elementary School to UST. UST back to Balara just to give time for public school students to get the simple catechetical instruction from me and the SVD priest. And all of those were taught to us by our UST professors. Faith, hope, and charity. And the best is charity, because that's loving yourself, others, for the love of God. And I always put Christ in the center because he is my model teacher. Okay.
Oh my God. Memories pa lang yan, ha, as a teacher.
Yeah.
It starts the main question natin. Ang dami-dami nilang gusto na i-share. And I think what is really common here is the word catechism. Parang nag-share si Ma'am Emma at si Ma'am Amelia ng kanilang naging experience na nag-start ang love for teaching nila. One of the reasons I would like to say it is to be a catechist. Di ba yung catechist is you are going to teach and share. And, well, I'm also a catechist. Nakakatuwa. Ikaw ba, Claude, naging catechist ka din?
No, pero I mentioned ko na rin na I serve as a lector.
Oh, ikaw yung naturuan ng mga catechist.
Ako yung naturuan. So parang
very good.
I read God's words.
Yes, yes. And because of that, narinig natin yung mga powerful words na passion, no, inspiration. So was it ever your dream and plan really to be a teacher? Maybe you can start with Ma'am Yeung.
Yeah. Actually, when I graduated from high school, ang award ko was Catechetical Award. Yeah, I got a Catechetical Award. Oh. So sabi nga nung uncle ko, naku, yung award mo pang madre. Sabi niya ganon. Pero when I was, younger, talagang ginagather ko yung mga children sa neighborhood, no? And then I would teach them catechism. In fact, 2 weeks ago, I met 3 of those children, neighbors namin. Nasa US na sila. Yung isa nasa US na. And yeah, talagang, I think, meron na-feel ko na yung calling na yun. High school pa lang.
Yes.
Yun lang yung what to major. I had to decide when I already enrolled, no? Kasi sabi ko, ang dami-dami ng English major. So I was thinking, what is that major na will make me get a job easily? Sabi ko, konti lang ang math major. That's why I majored na lang in math. At saka besides, when I was in high school, the math teachers I had also were very good. They really inspired me also, no?
So andun yung
like them. I wanted.
Nandun yung calling, no? Nandun na yung calling. And it started as a catechist. Si Ma'am Villanueva naman po, was it really your dream and plan to be a teacher?
My parents asked me what I wanted to be when I grow up. Flight stewardess or flight attendant or a teacher. I said a teacher. I remember I always played school with my playmates. I enjoyed playing with them. Teacher.
Yes.
And during the break, I will serve them kamote or banana. Then later on, when I was in college, my father when I was about to enter college, rather, my father brought me to UST and even carried me because of the knee-deep water along España. So I I made it in the entrance exam, and immediately my father enrolled me. And this love for teaching grew and developed, and I joined many organizations that has something to do with teaching. I am, as a teacher, let me say this, I realized that you are not just doing the work for yourself, but you would like to share to others your knowledge, skills, and values, because your dream is to integrate the work of education and the life of faith in building a Filipino nation. And in building the Philippine nation, this can be done through education. Because through education, you share the knowledge, skills, and values, and you try to convince and really convince others to love teaching. Many of my my students were very successful because I shared with them that, as an educator, I am responsible for teaching students and contributes to their learning development. Duties of an educator includes creating learning modules, materials, developing engaging activities, and facilitating learners' discussion. They're also in charge of monitoring the learner's progress, evaluating learner's knowledge by providing a series of assessment, helping a learner to gain self-confidence, and encouraging the learners to reach their maximum potential. An educator, I believe, should have excellent communication and adaptation skills, especially on adjusting to different learning methods and approaches that the students will need. And in between all these responsibilities, I have to attend meetings, academic meetings, faculty meetings, all those meetings, you can name it during the week, and you are full. That's why some of my friends ask me, do you still have time to eat, to rest? Yes, I have time to eat. That's why I gain so much weight. How about rest? Yes, I travel a lot. How about love? Yes, I fall in love many times, but later on, I lost all of them because I was not able to give my suitors the best of time.
Nako, ma'am, talagang we really feel your passion as you talked about those things, and it makes me even prouder that I did take up education and pursued teaching as well, although on a part-time basis. And so now, I would like to ask both of you po, what was the most important turning point in your life? First, Miss Yeung.
Sa akin, of course, when I got married, because after I got married, I had to resign from my teaching. Kasi syempre, the priority has to be the family, the unity in the family. Because a few weeks after we got married, we had to go to Hong Kong and we stayed there for 5 years continuously. So I was more of a housewife, like that, no? And then, well, I had 3 children. When I was pregnant with my 3rd child, we decided to come back to Philippines. I also worked when I was in Hong Kong. There was a time na sabi ko I wanted a change, no? So I got a yaya for my 2nd child, and I worked with PNB Hong Kong. I was with the remittance, and then after that, I was transferred to the computer. I did the end of day, end of month, end of year, ganon, no? There was training for that. But then, when the yaya of my 2nd son also got pregnant and had to rest, I had to resign. So again, the priority has to be the family. So when she resigned, ako naman yung naging pregnant with my third child. So we decided to come back to Manila. No, that was 1984. And then I gave birth 85. Noong 86, that was when I registered the Katingko. Katingko started in Hong Kong 1980. We registered it in Hong Kong 1980. And then at that time, from 1980 to 1985, my husband would just bring the product, no, hand carry, ganyan, and then we would sell. But we finally decided to register it 1986. I was the one who
Mm.
registered it with the BFAD. Sa ano pa lang ang BFAD noon eh, nasa ano ba to, sa may ano bang area yun, sa may Sampal, ano ba to? Wala pa dito sa ano, sa Alabang eh, sa Sampaloc, no? Ano ba yung area yan? So after that, syempre, I had to balance my life then. Kasi aside from putting up the Taka Trading Company, which was the sole distributor of Katinko then, I also had a parlor and had a drugstore.
Talaga?
As I was at the same time a mother, no? I had to tutor also my children with their studies, ganon, the 3 children. So that was it.
Yeah, interesting, no? Interesting po yung naging flow, yung naging whatever happened after graduation, parang nag-start yung career. So, nandun palagi yung, you have to make a choice. Is it family first? Is it the job? Again, or job or family? So, maraming challenges. Ayun. Maraming pa naging challenges. But hindi nawala yung love and passion to teach and share. Ayan.
Of course.
Next, Miss Melly, how about you?
Yes, yeah, thank you. I learned so much from you, Miss Miss Emma. I learned so much from your sharing. All right, now in 2015, I retired from Miriam College as executive director of Guru, the teaching academy of Miriam College. After 45 years of teaching experience, being a demonstrator and all, I was a little bit depressed. Imagine, after 45 years, you will suddenly stop. But thank God, my nephew called me that I have to go to New Jersey to help them with their twins. Okay, imagine the twins. Oh my God, what will I do with the twins? I do not have experience. I'm single, but I'm still open for. I'm open. Okay, so I'm single. All right. So I said, Lord, help me. I will take good care of these twins. I do not have any experience. But I have experience taking care of my old aunties. I have experience taking care of these siblings and nephews. All right. When I reached there, immediately my nephew said, all right, these are the twins. I just look at the twins. Oh my God, they're so precious. They're so cute. What will I do? Then the following day, they left already. They left me at home alone with the twins. Oh my God. So Lord, I know I'm teaching the students of child development and education how to raise a child, how to take care of a child from birth to this. And now here is the practicum, late practicum. So I was able to take care of the twins, feeding them, everything, take all the things that I have to do to raise a child. Imagine from infant. No, after 1.5 years, I was called by my friend. I said, the principal is getting sick, and the school that you put up needs a principal. All right. So I asked my nephew, please allow me to go home. You know, but there was a separation anxiety. I cannot leave the house because of the twins. I will leave the twins. Oh my God, I suffered a lot emotionally. But there is a calling again. You know, there is a calling here, calling there. I don't know, because I'm single, I'm available. So here it is. So I continue the school that I put up for 25 years already. So we underwent accreditation. We passed the first, we passed the second accreditation. And now I said, I am 45 years plus here, I experienced 15 years. So how long am I here? Will I retire? Will I continue? And the owner said, no, stay with us because we need you. So again, the calling, Lord, help me, send your spirit to guide me. Saint Augustine, Saint Thomas, please help me. I know that you have given me the gift of 4 C's: competence, commitment, compassion, and I added one more, contemplation, because I always pray. I always pray, and I put Christ as the center of everything that I think, do, and say. And I always share that to the teachers. So now I'm happy in the school, but I miss the twins. What I can do is just pray, because I cannot be at the same time in their places. Imagine, miles and miles away. But what I do is to answer the calling of the Lord to help the school, because the children are there waiting for our guidance. And I have to train the teachers. I have to be with them. You know, I was never absent. Thank God, you know, when I started teaching in Miriam College, Immaculate Conception, then Miriam College, up to this present, thank God I was never absent. That's why I always get the attendance bonus in Miriam College for 100% attendance. And then the satisfaction that I have can never be replaced by material things, you know, because I find joy, I love, there is peace, love, joy.
Yes.
And, you know, that is, I think I'm married to the profession.
Are you not married to
I was never lonely, because I enjoy every moment of my stint in the schools where I am assigned. Okay. And I am invited by PASCO to accredited school. CAP, I give seminars to teachers from north to south and all. And really, that's God's calling for me. I was not able to enter the what's this? The sisterhood. I was invited by SPD priest, you enter. But my mother said, no, she will take good care of us. So I am now here. I am serving the Lord with gladness outside the convent.
Wow, thank you very much for all that sharing. You know what, UST, listen, if you want to add another C, it's contemplation, courtesy of Miss Melly. Okay, so competence, compassion, commitment, and then contemplation. It might as well be our fourth C, because you know, Catholic school, diba? Okay.
Yes, I always do that. I always share that with my. Of course, I explain one by one what are the four C's, and I said, if you want to be successful in any field of your choice, not only teaching, remember always the core values that the UST taught us, and add this C, because this is very important.
So now, that's it. We would like to ask now, po, what advice can you give to people who are at a turning point in their lives? We start with Miss Yeung again. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Kasi kanina yung husband ko was calling somebody maingay.
Okay.
So, and very important is, of course, to pray. Very important to pray. And then to look for people who have undergone more or less yung ganong klaseng turning point then in their life, to give you advice, no? So they can lead you to, back to where you should be. That's, for me, that's very important, no? To pray, tama si ma'am. And then, of course, you have to discern, kasi kung ano, you have to set your priorities, no? Like me, because I am married, syempre, I have to choose between going back to teaching or, you know, to join my husband to Hong Kong. So of course I have to choose yung unity namin as a family, no? I have to be with him in Hong Kong. And then when I came back, well, ang business niya was in medicine, manufacturing siya. He could not own a trading company here because he did not give up his Chinese citizenship. Okay, I had to be the one. I had to be the one to register. It has to be in my name. So, ganun na nangyari.
Yes. So, interesting po yung sharing ni Ma'am Yeung, no? Kasi yung mga turning points in our life, it's what maybe we can also call destiny. because we've been praying a lot. We've been asking the Lord, what's in for me? What do you want me to be? Diba? You were teaching in the university and the seminaries. You're so dedicated, no? Teaching, sharing your knowledge in mathematics.
Actually, I also taught math in the seminary.
Yeah, and math in the
Yes,
seminary. Correct. But then, meron ibang calling.
Yeah.
No? So, kaya nga sabi yung discernment, yung ano ba talaga ang nakalaan para sa akin? But nandun sa inner heart self natin yung love for God and obedience, no? Ano ba yung nakaraan para sa akin? Let me be an instrument of your love. So, yun na, nag-turn na ang mundo na from teaching, naging wife, naging mother, naging proprietor, naging manager, naging owner ng business. At the same time, still fulfilling, no, the dreams that you have, to be passionate about what you're doing, at the same time serving people at the same time. Hindi man sa teaching, pero doon sa business na ginawa, nandoon yung love for God and love for men, di ba, Ma'am Emma?
Yes, yes. Nag-donate kasi kami talaga sa mga pare.
Hindi nawala ang connection. Ayan.
Yeah.
Sana ganyan lahat ng mga nagninegosyo. From teaching to business, hindi nawawala pa rin yung love and passion to care for other people. Kasi product nyo, ano yan health products di ba?
Yes.
Yes. O sige, si Ma'am. Yes, go ahead, Ma'am.
Ang gusto rin ng husband ko is to give a quality product that will not only cater to sa mga that is affordable, no?
Yes, oo.
Para
sa people pa rin. Ako siguro si Ma'am Villanueva, meron din siyang interesting sharing sa turning point.
Just to continue turning point, when I retired December 2015, I took good care of the twins. All right. To continue, so I did all the nitty-gritty details on how to attend to infants. So during that time, I took advantage of my late practicum. So I put up in one room, empty room, I bought all the visuals, numbers, alphabet, common nouns, proper noun, all of those months, years, and I exposed the twins, 2 years old, to all of this before I left for the Philippines. You know, before I left, I was so happy. They know how to read. They know how to recognize alphabet numbers and read compound words because I gave them some clue. Ear plus ring, earring. So they gave a lot of compound words. All right. And then when I came here, just to keep me busy, I was so busy, as I mentioned, in the accreditation process. And you know, affiliation with CAP, PASCO, and other academic organization enhanced my life as a person and as a professional. That's why I did not feel the depression after retirement because I was so busy giving public service. When I put up a school for indigent but deserving children of the Loyola Heights, these are street children, 100 children. I trained my students, fourth-year students, to expose themselves to public school, international school, private school, and in a community school. So I brought my fourth-year students and trained them to become an administrator of a preschool. And these are all free. We have 100 children, and we integrate feeding, home care, and everything. I also help motivated the mothers, the fathers, how to raise a child. Okay? So the student teachers are giving their teaching learning process to the primary level students because we don't have rooms, but I divided that. I asked the Capitan del Barrio, please help me. I want to attend to these children. So while doing that, at the same time, the container ban, you know, in port area, in pier, there is Isla Puting Bato. So the boss, the high boss, learned that I am in community service for free. So he asked me, can you train the daycare teachers of Manila here in Tondo? So I asked them, okay, enroll them in Miriam College. I will be the one in charge of processing. For 2 years, we trained the daycare teachers to help the children in Isla Puting Bato. And while they're doing that, I train the mothers of Isla Puting Bato. My goodness, when I go to Isla Puting Bato, as if I cannot pass the road because there are so many children along the road, something like that. So that really inspired me more to attend to the less fortunate brothers and sisters. I do not have money to give. I gave them my time, my treasure, to attend to them. That's the only thing. I'm poor. I don't have the money. But there's so many people who treasure what I'm doing. And there's so many who supported me to finance the training of these poor innocent children and the mothers of Isla Puting Bato and in other places. Kumalat-kalat na, the local government, siguro they talk to each other. You invite Miss Villanueva, she's giving services for free. You don't need to pay, think. But when they bring their teachers, they give also something. So what I do is to distribute what they gave, they distribute to the teachers, and they have some perks to buy something before they go home. So that's one way of encouraging them. So my turning point is beautiful. I cannot exchange that for anything in my life.
Okay. So, overflowing na ngayon yung aming feelings ni Claude and the audience, no? Those who are watching and listening, there are very positive turning points in life. Na kuminsan sa ibang tao, negative yun, pero sa ating dalawang guests, they have come up with their decisions, changes in their lives, but have created a difference for other people as well. Si Ma'am Emma, yung decision niya na mag-concentrate sa business, sa family, but nasa puso pa rin niya yung pagiging teacher. At si Ma'am Jamelia, nung invite siya na alagaan ng kambal, pero eto na, nag-uumapaw pa rin ang paghahanap ng mga opportunities to help and serve other people through her passion for teaching. Naku, Claude, bata ka pa, ito na mga best practices and best examples.
Kaya naman ako nalagay as co-host of this because as a teacher, I'd like to think I'm still young, even though you already know when I was born, what year, and I think I would like to think of myself as a passionate teacher. Pero of course, hearing the stories of other educators like our guests really invigorate me and all the more as far as my teaching profession is concerned, right?
So, siguro we don't really have to ask already the question on their advice to people, just listening to them, their stories, their decisions made, and their continuous passion for teaching. Narinig very clear na na-share nila sa atin yung ano ba yung pwede nating matutunan sa mga ginawa nila. What are the best things that we can learn from their sharing this afternoon when it comes to the turning points in their lives, di ba? So, therefore, this is a shift that you have to make a decision in your career. But to Ma'am Emma in particular, we believe that teaching was not forgotten. Nandun pa rin sa puso yung pagtuturo, no? Kaya nagbigay na ng isang malaking desisyon. So would you like to share with us how you continue to be a teacher in your own way outside of the classroom?
Yeah. Actually, it's more of by example, no? By my example. Yeah. Kasi although because I'm a member of a prayer group that would go before the pandemic, we would go every other month to Montalban. So they relocated families from, I think, from a poor community. So we would go there every other month to teach catechism.
Oh, I see.
And then to my helpers, I I teach them how to pray.
Yeah.
In fact, I even pray with them. Kasi now my children are not with me anymore. So I pray with them in Tagalog.
Yes.
In Tagalog. Tsaka yung isang helper ko, gusto niya English. So pag nag-off yung gusto ng Tagalog, I would pray the rosary and the chaplet of the Divine Mercy with her in English. Pagka naman wala yung isa, so I know both. I could pray both. Tsaka yung catechism sa mga drivers when you talk to them, ganon. And also I have been leading 2 prayer groups in Mary the Queen. When you lead a prayer group, para ka na rin nagtuturo, di ba?
Correct. That's
Pattern,
right.
you follow a certain pattern. No, may pattern ka. Meron kang mga, may part doon na you praise, tapos you thank, you ask for forgiveness, you follow yung different ways. Tapos you sing, ganon.
Ayan.
Of course, now I have my grandchildren. The house where we are staying is beside my second son, who has 6 children with ages 11, 9, 8. So nagpapa-tutor din sila sa akin sa math. Sa math. Libre. Libre.
You know, I think something that's also worth mentioning, Ma'am Emma, is how as the former president of the CEAFI, the College of Education Alumni Foundation Incorporated, even though what you did was not to teach, be in front of students, all your efforts were aimed at, you know, the scholars of the College of Education. You raised funds, and maybe you can talk to us about that in maybe some details regarding that, because that's very inspiring. Something I found out when I hosted an alumni homecoming event, and you were then the Education Alumni Foundation president.
Actually, every year, nung time na yon, every year, we would have fundraising. Most of the time, we would invite the UST singers. No? Tapos, look for a venue, we would sell tickets. Tapos come up with a souvenir program. Matrabaho talaga yan, no? Trabaho yan, no? But marami naman with the help of Ma'am Vanji.
We were together, yung ating team. Yeah, we're
meron
team.
pa kaming, di ba meron pa tayong dance for a cause, no? I remember. Tapos meron pa tayong Thomasians Got Talent, which was in the education auditorium. Kasi every year, parang we would give at least 100,000 for the scholarship, for the scholarship of the College of Education. That was not a dole out, no? Kasi we were only supposed to lend a certain amount to the graduating students. Kasi ang priority namin at that time were the graduating students. Kasi when one is graduating, there are more expenses, no? So nagkukulang sila ng funds. Yan. And then after 5 years, they're supposed to give back whatever they borrowed from us, so that other scholars can also take advantage of the money.
Yes. Okay.
So
Yan,
that,
ako.
Go ahead, Emma, was your contribution to your education, yung efforts and ideas regarding, you know, helping out these scholars. So now naman po kay Dr. Villanueva. You know, you have always been a teacher and later a teacher administrator. How did you keep your passion for teaching? How did you keep it burning?
Teaching the next generation has never been an easy career. But the past 2 years have tested the education community like nothing else in our lifetime. Unfortunately, the worst may be yet to come, as the challenges to effective education just keep piling up. But if you are really in education, you will not end in education. Like me, I retired 2015 in Miriam College, but up to now, God gave me a chance to continue teaching. But in Miriam College, I will tell you, we have an association of Miriam College retired employees. All the retirees are members of this M-Care. We call it M-Care. We put up committees to all the retirees of Miriam College. There are committees like spiritual committee in charge of the spiritual development of the retirees, education committee, social committee for the social gatherings, and then we also have the Mayan committee. All right. So the retirees are becoming useful in their own field because of the different committees that we have formed. Okay, and there is also a business part of that if they want to. Okay, but the most important is you want to maintain the health, the sanity, the everything, the physical, mental, social, and the mindfulness of all these retirees. So up to now, you know, instead of staying at home and staying, doing nothing there, we are busy online or face-to-face, whatever will be the calling. Okay, so I really want people to take up education. Though the life of a teacher is clearly challenging, I encourage you to consider teaching as a profession. Do it. I love learning more than I love teaching. And in this profession, you constantly have to keep learning. Be ready to fight for what you believe is right throughout your career. You will have some precious people who are counting on you. I always tell my students, look at your students inside the classroom. You are the driver. You bring them to the right destination. Look at the souls inside the classroom. Bring them to the right destination. Make a difference in your life as a person and as a professional teacher. Because I will give you an example. I am in a clinic asking for help because I'm alone. I'm alone. Then somebody approached me, Ma'am, can I help you? Are you suffering from what? Okay, personal yun. Yes, I said. So I have to be, sabi niya, I think, Ma'am, you have to undergo this operation, etc. And then while talking, she's doing counseling. And guess what? She was my student when she was in grade 4. Ma'am, you know, I think you are Miss Villanueva, my favorite teacher. I can never forget you because you taught me the values of life. And you always tell us, one of you here will become president of the Philippines. One of you here will become politician. One of you here will become successful professionals. So imagine they were able to recognize me. And in everywhere I go, as if I'm a superstar more than Nora or Nora. Miss Villanueva, Miss Villanueva. You know, everywhere I go, they recognize me. But sometimes I will just say, oh, how are you? I just say sometimes I cannot forget. I cannot anymore mention their name. So I just say, oh, you look good. How are you? How's life? Yeah. You know, I remember you. You are one of my students who's very playful and you always erase the board. Ay, Ma'am, you still remember? Yes. You know, ganun lang. It's only like that. Nakachamba ata ko, Lord, thank you for giving me the wisdom to tell. So, you know, I will tell you, the course is not important. The students are important. They have to learn to enjoy life inside the classroom. Studying is the way to strengthen the mind. So the primary task of a teacher like me should be to help students learn how to educate themselves, to become lifelong learners, make them happy because eskwela means happy. Happy in school, happy learners. School is a way to teach them skills, life skills to learn. And the course, education, is a medium. So I love teaching. Please take up education. There's so very few people taking up education. And we need you. We need you.
Yes, okay. Thank you po. And with this, well, we have very limited time, but we are learning so much. Sabi nga natin, may overflow of inspiration dito, no, as teachers. So maybe at this point, we'd like to know, what advice can you give to our viewers regarding the passion for mission? Siguro po, 2 minutes or less para makita natin talaga yung impact nung nagawa ninyo sa community nyo.
Well, ako ba una?
Yes, Ma'am Emma, go ahead.
So it's very, as according to Ma'am, no, talaga it's very important to develop a deep spirituality. No, kailangan natin 'yan. Whatever, kahit not only for teachers, no, kasi that is where you will get to know. You have to pray talaga. What is it that God wants you to do?
Yes.
Yung mga priorities mo, no, kasi ang mission as a Christian is really deeply rooted on the love of God and love of neighbor, no? Yun ang Christian spirituality. It's rooted on love of God and love of neighbor. So we need to develop a very deep spirituality kasi, well, Jesus was a teacher, and as a teacher he also healed, he also fed people, he prayed, no? So kasama lahat yan, no? As when you are a teacher like Christ, no, you do not only, you have to be sensitive to the needs of your students. You have to not only to what, sabi nga nila, not only listen not only to what they are saying but also to what they are not saying, no? So sensitive to their needs. So some will need healing, some need food, no? Some are hungry, some need to be prayed. You have to pray for some of them, ganon. So kasama lahat yan. And of course, a life that has no mission. Everybody should have a mission, no? A life that, if you have no mission, life would be meaningless.
Yes, beautiful. Yes, Ma'am Villanueva?
Yes. Always start your mission with a prayer.
Yeah.
And then ask God, what will be my mission in life? Then from there, create your own vision and mission, because that is possible, to give yourself a direction. Through the life, I said, though the life of a teacher is clearly challenging, it will be very fruitful, productive, meaningful.
Yeah.
Why? Because you are fulfilling your mission to be of service to others. You find joy, you find the love for children, you find the goodness in others, you bring out the best in others. So God is in good, the children, like the advertisement said, the children are in your good hands. Take good care of them, love them, be passionate in molding their dreams. You are shaping their future. And that is the only way to make a difference in your life as a teacher and as a person and as a professional. And do not forget to pray for the 4 C's. Lord, help me to be committed in this vocation that I have chosen. Help me to be competent. Help me to be compassionate and contemplative. So help me, God.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, Ma'am Vanchi, the two of us as educators can relate to them because, we've gone through that, the teaching profession. We encounter a lot of challenges. Sometimes it drains us. We get overwhelmed by all the things that we have to do. But if you have that mission and you do not forget that, you will carry on. And of course, you need to rest. And sometimes you feel vulnerable. And I like what both of our guests said. They mentioned God, praying, discerning, and contemplating, because we need all these things so that, it fills us up. When we give, when we teach, we give out, but we have to fill ourselves up again so that we are able to give, just like what our two guests have done throughout their lives. Just like Ma'am Emma, she was an educator, and then she became an entrepreneur, a mom and a wife, and then Miss Melly, an educator through and through. So thank you very much for everything that you've shared. Perhaps maybe even more briefly, a final message to our viewers. Ma'am Emma.
So if you, as I have already said, you have the mission. You have to be a life that is without mission is meaningless. No, so discern, pray, and once you are sure that this is God, this is really what God wants of you, then be passionate about fulfilling it. No, find joy in it. You have to be creative, as Melly said, in fulfilling that mission.
Thank you, Mameli.
Yes, I remember in one of our seminars and workshops, the Jesuit priest told us, and not only there are Dominicans, Jesuits, and different congregation priests. One of them said, Teilhard de Chardin said, the task before us now, if we shall not perish on earth, is to build the world. And I believe this is through education, because in education, we are honing the talent, skills, and values of students, and we want to bring out the best in them, to be good individuals, good persons, good child of God, good children of their parents, and good members of society and the world. So, and we can do that through quality education that is Christian, Filipino, and holistic. All right? I will not explain that anymore because it's a course.
Okay. So thank you so much, Ma'am Yeung and Ma'am Villanueva, our dear teachers. Your words of wisdom, your prolific profile experiences and sharing of ideas and thoughts, and so much that you have offered to us this afternoon. We are loaded. Sabi nga sa mga terminology, loaded with information tayo ngayon, and syempre loaded with inspiration. So we'd like to thank you for such an interesting and insightful conversation this afternoon. Maraming salamat.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for inviting us.
Yeah.
Yes. So before we end our conversation this afternoon, we just want to make sure that we will have this very beautiful greeting to all our 2023 Thomasian graduates. Congratulations. We wish you all the best and God's unending grace for the next phase of your life journey. Hopefully, yung lahat narinig nyo sa mga kwentuhan at sharing ng ating mga speakers, you were able to learn a lot. At the same time, I'd like to congratulate the newly organized Senior High School Alumni Association. Congratulations to its president, Mr. Carl Luis Dam Lorenzo, as well as the other officers. This is the youngest so far alumni association we have at USTAAI, and literally they are the youngest in age too. Ayan.
So welcome to the UST Alumni Association family. Congratulations to you. And friends, please do not forget to follow us on Facebook, UST Alumni Association Incorporated, and subscribe to our TAC YouTube channel. So see you next week for another very interesting episode of Bridges with Mr. Edwin Ginto, who will share with us how he makes stories of the past come alive in his cafe, on stage, and anywhere else.
Well, remember, here at Bridges, we do not build walls. We build the bridges of people, bridges of knowledge, and new learnings. Have a great evening ahead to all of us.
So magandang gabi po, and mabuhay tayong lahat. Go USTAAI!
Yan. Maraming salamat po. Magandang gabi, and thank you so much to our speakers. Thank you po.
Thank you.